What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media. You know, Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, the way we like to own our movies and TV shows, rather than pay for them in perpetuity and leave them up to edit at the whims of, corporations now. I want to talk to you about collecting today. So if you like this kind of content, you like unboxings and movie pickups and discussions about physical media and collecting, then you're at the right spot. Give me a like and a sub, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments, because that's really why I'm here. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm here to talk to you today about an aspect of collecting. It's always something that's on my mind, because I am a movie collector, but I'm a movie collector out of necessity, not necessarily out of wanting to be a collector. I collect movies because I like to see movies in the best possible quality, not have them edited, and I really appreciate bonus features. So that requires me to own physical media. As a side effect of that, I do enjoy the way the libraries look and that kind of thing. I think it's really cool. It's, to me, no different than you go into someone's collection of books and they have beautiful, nicely bound books on their shelves, that kind of thing. It's no different to me. This is just a different kind of art. But yeah, initially I get into movie collecting because I want to own the movies. And I see that streaming is not an option. The quality is not good. Disney has made it very apparent that they will recut classic films at a whim. And others do it too. I mean, we've seen Netflix post things at the wrong aspect ratio and that kind of thing. So anyway, that being said, let's talk about this aspect of collecting, because I really want to hear your thoughts on this. What I'm thinking about today is the single watch movie. And there's nothing wrong with a single watch movie. A single watch movie is a movie you saw once, you had a great time with it, you liked it, but is it something you're going to go out of your way to revisit compared to other things in your collection? And do you even have single watch movies in your collection? At this point in time, I do. I do have single watch movies in my collection. Let's talk about this for a minute. So you take a movie like Speed. I just got this movie. I've already watched it, of course. I really liked it. Debating on a bonus features breakdown. Probably won't do it. Spoiler alert, there's nothing new on here. Everything on here is 20 years old or more. But this is an infinitely rewatchable movie. It's simple, to the point script with fun acting and great action. This is just a fun movie to watch by yourself, when you're in the mood for some action, or with friends on an action movie night. Great rewatchable film. Another example of that is Evil Dead. Now, this is obviously my opinion. Your opinion may vary, probably will vary, but the concept of the single watch film is something we can all connect with. Just the particular films that you might pick are different. And I've got this Evil Dead here. I watched this movie, I typically watch this movie about once a year. Typically happens within the time frame of Halloween. I always do 31 days of Halloween and try to watch a horror movie every day. This one very often finds its way into that block of movies. Sometimes it doesn't, but it usually gets watched about that time of the year. Very fun, cheesy horror movie, great practical effects, and even the bad practical effects are still great because they're just so much fun to watch. So, yeah, there's an obvious reason those films would be in my collection or your collection, because they're just fun to rewatch. They're great to revisit over and over again. And I didn't pull out any of my deeper, thinking man's art films this time, but those are all rewatchable too, for different reasons. But then you take a movie like, like The Rundown. I enjoyed this movie when I saw it. It's fun. I have watched it again since purchasing it, because I try to make it a point to rewatch things, and it's fine. It's a single watch movie though. You watch it, you had a good time with it, you move on. Another one that's not a comedy is for me is Zero Dark 30. This is a good film. It's a good movie. I appreciated seeing it when I saw it, when I got this and watched it, but I haven't rewatched it. And that's not saying that it's bad. It's just not in a list, priority-wise, of movies that I would watch over and over again. It begs the question, if you're not going to continue to revisit movies then why have them in your collection? Everybody has a different reason, you know. Some people do it for preservation, you know, making sure the movie is out there in the world, you know. And, you know, one of the better shows out here is Serial at Midnight when it comes to breaking this kind of stuff down, reasons for it, and all of that. He preserves films in a way that, I mean, I would hope one day his film collection will go to the Smithsonian. I mean, he really knows his stuff. And I get that to some degree, but I don't really think that's why I'm in it. I'm in it for the learning, you know. I like to learn more about film and filmmaking and that kind of thing, and also to be entertained, of course, always. But when I look at it over the long term in the larger scale of my collection, I like to have a variety of cinema. I like to experience it. I like to learn from it. I like to watch it, revisit, and learn something new, or refresh on something that I already knew maybe. But these single watch films, what is the point? You know? So I am questioning it. Do I need these movies in my collection? I guess the biggest issue is right now it's a single watch film. But you know they say that you should retry foods every 7 years. If you didn't like something, you don't like a certain thing, 7 years after, you know, every 7 years you should revisit that food because your taste changes, your palate changes. I believe that to some degree with movies too. There was probably a time that I really loved this one, for example, maybe. And maybe my palate has just changed and I might circle back to it. So, I don't know. Since I've gotten these are definitely single watch films, but, you know, since they're at a specific level of appreciation and like, do I keep them? Do I flip them and make room for more movies that I know I'm going to watch over and over and over again? Like this one? It's just something that's been running through my mind, and I would love to hear your conversation on it because, you know, I don't know about you, space is an issue for me. So I only have so much space. So I want to make sure that space is optimized. Now, I'm still in a different place, too. Those of you who may have been with this channel from the very beginning will know that this channel started because I had a major theft. I haven't spoke about this in a handful of episodes. So I had a major theft when my house was being built. And a lot of my movie collection that I had was stolen. And I decided to just start recording the journey of trying to reacquire a lot of those films. You know, and a lot of them were DVDs. So I've been upgrading, and this gave me an excuse, you know, to do the upgrading, which, okay, you know, not really, good, but it is what it is. So anyway, I'm still in that process. I'm still reacquiring those films for my collection, but also discovering new things. I do still cold buy. I think in my previous unboxing, I had at least one thing that I hadn't seen that I bought because it's hard to see a lot of things. I keep intending to do a video covering every film in my collection that's not available on streaming, but it's a daunting task. But I'm working on it. So what do you think? Do you have single watch films in your collection, and why do you keep them? You know, if you don't have an issue with space, then that's a whole different thing. And maybe that's why you keep them. If I didn't have an issue with space, it probably would be less of a conversation piece because I would just buy everything that I have liked and, consider revisiting it in 7 years. Maybe my palate has changed. There is the sharing thing. For me, it used to be that I loved to own things that I really liked so that I could share with friends. More and more of my friends don't have DVD or Blu-ray players now. So it's harder to share. So if I share, I have to bring them over here and we watch it together, which is still a lot of fun, and I still do that, and I love to do that. So in those cases, maybe that's why you keep a single watch film. Because sometimes movies, well, not sometimes, most of the time, movies are better in groups. That's why I'm such a fan of the theater, and I have already started going back, because I feel it's important to have that hive mind experience. It can change the entire experience of watching a movie. Now, I do watch a lot of movies solo, and I enjoy that too, but you need both. You need to mix it up. Or at least that's my belief. So what do you think? Tell me what you do. What are your reasons for keeping a single watch movie? If you don't keep single watch movies in your collection, tell me that too, because I love to have this conversation. There's no right answer here. It's just something that's been on my mind because I look at my available space. I'm about to have to redo this whole library because I'm running out of space and I've got stuff stacked up. On that note, though, we're about to hit the middle of the year, and I'm going to do my, since I'm going to gut this thing anyway, I'm going to do my 2021 collection update and go through everything that I have. So that's coming over, a number of videos. I wouldn't do that in a single video. I don't like to do hour and a half long videos. So anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Let's talk about single watch movies and physical media. Till next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.